Break of dawn, Maralal, a region punctuated by majestic hills in the rural Samburu County, where seasonal rivers flow across and its small town cut by gravel roads. The ideal ground for camel racing. Every year, hundreds of tourists and Kenyans throng this less trodden territory for the Maralal Derby to watch a race by animals famed as the sheep of the desert.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I've been in Kenya for nearly a year and a half now, and I've never come to Maralal, so I think it brings people from Nairobi.
The one-of-a-kind event involved a wide spectrum of activities that kept revelers ecstatic all the way. Tourism Minister Dan Mwanzo flagged off the races and asserted the government's resolve in diversifying away from beach and wildlife tourism and venture actively into sports and cultural tourism.
We have depended on two products, the beach and the safari. But we have a heritage that we have not really utilized, the sporting tourism.
When it comes to the participation by the regional markets and also by the international market and also by the domestic market, we see an opportunity to increase the number and therefore bring in more people from those three sectors.
As an extension of the Camel Derby, the Kenya Tourism Board says it's planning a massive bonanza in all the 47 counties for cultural, sports and tourism events once devolution takes shape. The excitement from spectators of different races and tribes matching the sounds of the winds blowing in the vast sandy wilderness.
Inaleta amani sana. Sasa hivi tuko hapa tuko wengi. Tumekuja sherehe hii, kila mtu anafurahia. Na mbeleni tuko anajua.
But I will be back next year. Number one. Next year is number one.
To the people of Maralal, the Camel Derby does not just represent a unique sporting event that it is. To them, it stands out as a profound sense of contentment and unity these lands so desperately needed. With the Camel Derby comes an assortment of cultural activities the Samburu, Turkana and Pokot communities are known for. For a people with a dark history of tribal conflicts, they say that the only recourse to their situation was complete reconciliation and starting on a clean slate. Meet Sapkaroi. He has lived in Maralal for as long as he can remember. He narrates the mutiny that came with the wars among the Maralal communities. The rot was already in the wood, he says.
Samani sisi alikuwa watu wa msituni. Anapikana, anakwenda kunyang'anya ngine ng'ombe.
His is a story of a refreshing new beginning, an embodiment of peace the Maralal Derby has come to symbolize.
So sisi natengeleza ngamia ikimbia mpaka msungu ya ng'ambo na kuja kutazama, sababu sisi nataka kuwa kitu hii moja.
His tale is that of a paradigm shift from the survival of the fittest days he grew up as a young herdsman to the resounding peaceful coexistence among neighboring communities. It is said that history teaches us that we never learn from history. Sapkaroi, however, remains hopeful that generations to come would not be dragged back through the debris of pain of past conflicts and that history would be just that, history. And so the curtain falls on the 2012 Maralal Camel Derby. This year's event saw more than 20 countries participate in the races and has since left the residents as enthusiastic as ever to preach peace and to celebrate their cultural differences. Erick Gavala, Citizen Live at 9, Maralal.